Welcome to your weekly weekend whiskey roundup. This is Top Whiskies. When whiskey news breaks, we fix it. First up, since September 2018, there's been a cask of GLENDALOUGH floating in the South Indian Ocean. You might find yourself wondering why that might be. Gregor McGurkin set out on a yacht, the Henley Energy Endurance, as part of the 2018 Golden Globe race, a solo round-the-world race, which sounds like an absolutely terrible idea. Nearly 3 months into his voyage, McGurkin sailed into a fierce storm and had to abandon both ship and whiskey. Enter Cody Housdashel, a 22-year-old engineer from North Carolina. Because we all know that when bad things happen at sea, the first thing you want to do is call a 22-year-old engineering student from North Carolina called Cody. Cody will fly to Australia to drum up a rescue vessel and support crew to assist him in the salvage operation, which he thinks will take about 6 weeks. GLENDALOUGH has offered to pay €1,000 and to give a free bottle of whiskey in return for the cask. Cody's also set up a GoFundMe campaign, because again, if you want to rescue someone at sea, the first thing you always want to do is create a GoFundMe campaign. If it were me, risking my life to go and salvage a cask of whiskey, I'd probably just keep the cask for myself. But obviously I don't have the experience or drive of those brave 22-year-old engineering students from North Carolina who we depend on to protect our seas. Next up, Compass Box has unveiled a brand new malt, Tobias The Angel, as a follow-up to its groundbreaking Eleuthera expression featuring whiskies from Clynelish and Call Ela. It's 50.9% Clynelish, matured for 24 years in American bourbon hogshead, and 49.1% Call Ela, matured to a considerably older age in the same kind of cask. I think it's probably only whiskey that you could get away with that kind of distinction. I think on a date, if someone said, "I'm 24 years old, how old are you?" and your response was, "I'm of a considerably older age," that would be an end of that date. At least, I hope so. Anyway, there are 2,634 bottles that have been created, and they'll be available from the 1st of March for £450 or $500 per bottle. The expression takes its name from an Italian Renaissance painting. The painting is inspired by the ancient book of scripture entitled the Book of TOBIT, not to be confused with The Hobbit, in which Tobias is instructed by the Archangel Raphael to extract the heart, liver, and gall of a fish to cure his father's blindness. For the whiskey, the name of this biblical story, Tobias The Angel, just felt right, at least according to Compass Box. Let's hope that the whiskey doesn't taste like fish, heart, liver, and gall. Next up, Diageo has submitted plans for a brand new visitor center in Edinburgh focused on its signature whiskey, Johnnie Walker. Visitors will go on a journey through the flavors of Scotland via interactive exhibits, rooms, allowing visitors to touch, taste, and smell all aspects of production, which in any other case, touching, tasting, and smelling aspects of production would probably not be a selling point. That is not what I would expect from, for example, an immersive hot dog experience. The seven-storey complex is set up to also include a bar academy, which will train unemployed people to work in hospitality and in bars. Their ambition is to create a visitor's experience that will not only rate as one of the top whiskey attractions in the world, but also one of the best brand attractions. The idea is to put Scotland at the forefront of experiential global travel. So forget Disneyland, head over to Johnnie Walker. The proposal for the attraction forms part of DIAGEO'S investment in Scotch whisky tourism. They're refurbishing 12 of their visitors' experiences in their distilleries across Scotland, including Clynelish and Call Ela, and Diageo is spending a further £35 million to reinvigorate and bring back Port Ellen to market. Next up, Jameson has released its second batch of its Jameson Bow Street 18-year-old Cask Strength whiskey. This is actually really exciting because this is matured in part in the original distillery in Dublin, which is unique because most of Jameson's whiskey actually comes from Midleton. They only have their visitor attraction in Dublin. And it's great to be able to see them bringing back some of the old traditional methods and giving us a flavor of what it used to taste like. The final maturation period in Bow Street is a nod to their traditional marrying of whiskey. They like to think of it as getting engaged in Midleton and then married in Dublin, which I think is terribly romantic, and also might explain why I'm still single. It's bottled at 55.1 ABV and has no chill filtering. It'll be available in 20 countries from August 2019 and we priced at €240 per bottle. Don't worry, they're not getting rid of the core 18-year-old. It's still bottled at 40% ABV and still available in key global markets. Interesting fact, Jameson has partnered with Dublin cheesemonger Loose Cannon to create a series of whiskey and cheese pairings for St. Patrick's Day, promoting whiskey and cheese going together. I can't think of anything romantic than that, and we've already established I'm not very romantic. Thank you for watching this week's Weekend Whiskey News. Remember to subscribe for next week's breaking news with Top Whiskies. And stay classy, San Diego.